yet he was straight on acting, and I thought that's good, how he can act funny without his...
Have at me, Lucifer. My soul is prepared.
Why, hello there YouTube, and welcome back to Vampire Weekend. And it is the final day and the final bank holiday of the year in England. So here we go. Vampire Weekend Day 4, and today I review Dark Shadows. Directed by Tim Burton. Screenplay written by Seth Grahame-Smith. Again, he features in this review. And story by John August, based on Dark Shadows, created by Dan Curtis. Dark Shadows was a soap opera drama in the 70s, and this is the movie remake from 2012, and as I said, it's directed by Tim Burton, starring of course Johnny Depp, because they're Greek buddies. Johnny Depp, Michelle Pfeiffer, Helena Bonhan Carter, Eva Green, Jackie Earle Haley, Johnny Lee Miller, Chloe Grace Moretz, and Bella Heathcote or something. So, as I've said, this is a movie adaptation of the classic show, and it's a American fantasy horror comedy based on the gothic soap opera of the same name. So this follows wealthy man Barnabas Collins, who has it all. He's building a colony, he's got a massive house, and then this jealous witch played by Eva Green, is in love with him and envies his life, and she puts a curse on him, having him framed for killing his wife, which she actually did, and curses him to be a vampire, and is then caught by the village and entombed in a coffin for 212 years, until 1972, when he is dug up on a construction site of a McDonald's, and he then returns to his home estate, Collingwood, and meets his descendants, including Elizabeth Collins, Stobart, played by Michelle Pfeiffer, and her brother, Roger Collins, played by Johnny Lee Miller, with Dr. Julia Hoffman, played by Tim Burton's at the time wife, Helena Bonham Carter, and we even get Chloe Grace Moretz in this as a moody 15-year-old teenager who is also a werewolf. Yeah, she's a werewolf in this. And we have Jackie Earle Haley in this. Yeah, it's... Yeah, I never see Jackie Earle Haley in much. In fact, I only seem to know him for two things, Watchmen and the Nightmare remake. And this has a cameo from Christopher Lee as well, and Alice Cooper as himself. But only Alice Cooper's old. But he looks... I think Alice Cooper's not meant to have aged in the last 40 years, because he did look young in 72. Yeah, so we see Barnabas readjusting to life in 1972 with the help of his descendants, and he still notices that the evil witch played by Eva Green, what's her name? Angie, or Angela Q or something. Angie is still envious of Barnabas' wife, but she's also started a fishing manufacturing business as well in the town, and she still craves Barnabas and loves to taunt him and torment him still. So let's go on to my likes and dislikes. First of all, the likes. I liked the dark gothic humour, the dark gothicness, which is something you expect in a Tim Burton film. Of course, at this point, a lot of his gothic stuff was beginning to get a bit stale, but this still held up. I also thought, Johnny Depp as Barnabas, he played him quite, like a calm face, but I also like Johnny's performance in this, where he was like, where things were going over his head, like, modern day stuff, because he'd been entombed for 200 years. Then Chloe Grace Moretz asked him, "Are you stoned or something?" He goes, "They tried stoning me, it did not work." And then him go, "You should get your birthing hips ready," or "What magic is this in this box?" which is a television. He did a quite funny comedic performance in this, and yeah, he was straight on acting, and I thought that's good, how he can act funny without his character being intentionally funny. I also like the soundtrack to this, because it had a good 70s soundtrack because it's set in 72. So I like that because, well, this kind of music would eventually go on to be like, I'm not saying the same soundtrack, but the same era of music would later be played in, like, Guardians of the Galaxy. Which I think, music like that has reintroduced like the modern generation to this classic 70s music. So I like the soundtrack. I also liked the story, and I didn't even know this was based on any TV show when I first watched it. I thought this was just another Tim Burton film, but then I looked into it, but it's actually based on a classic TV show. That went from 1966 to 1974. But still, it was a good few hours. How long is this film? This film is about 113 minutes, so just under 2 hours. It's a good few hours, on there. I enjoyed Alice Cooper's cameo as well, where he was singing like "No More Mr. Nice Guy," and how Barnabas was like, "What a strange looking woman," because Alice Cooper was originally a band, but he later became the singer. The lead singer eventually took that name. I can't remember what Alice Cooper's real name is, but it was a very enjoyable comedic film. I also was surprised. I also liked, surprised by Chloe Grace Moretz turning out to be a werewolf. and she had the werewolf legs, but she had the wolf-like features in her face, which, again, I thought, close enough. You know, I don't mind werewolves looking like that. It's just the werewolves that look like actual wolves is what I don't really like. But still, she was an okay werewolf. If only we'd seen more screen time of her as a werewolf, or if we'd just seen a werewolf feature in it, and then revealing it to be her character. But yeah, I enjoyed this film. Anything to dislike? No, I don't think so. But because I was unaware that this was a movie remake of a TV show, you know, and I've not seen Dark Shadows still to this very day, I personally like the film. I went into it partially blind. I only saw a few of the trailers, knowing that this would be a Tim Burton comedy. But yeah, so ratings I'm going to get to now. So Dark Shadows was surprisingly good, had good visuals and good dark cinematography. So with all that being said, I'm going to give Dark Shadows... this also had a cameo from Christopher Lee, which I believe was one of the final few times he actually were on screen in anything, because, well, he's no longer with us, Christopher Lee, but he was 90 when he did that cameo, so yeah. But anyway, yeah, I'm giving Dark Shadows, do you know what, I'm going to give it 4 steaks out of 5. So there we are, Dark Shadows. So that has been Vampire Weekend Day 4, and that's it for Vampire Weekend. So yeah, Vampire Weekend Day 4, Dark Shadows. So have you seen this one? As usual, let me know down in the comments below if you have. If you like this video, be sure to give it a big thumbs up, share with your friends. Feel free to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and to hit that notification bell. All my social media links are down below in the description. I usually upload main videos every Friday, but this is a special series because it's a bank holiday weekend. So yeah, Vampire Weekend. So yeah, so new month tomorrow, September. Kiddies should hopefully go back to school. So yeah, that's it for Vampire Weekend. So until next time, don't have nightmares.